What's going on, guys? Dave here with some tips for you if you are an online seller on eBay, Amazon, Facebook Marketplace, or wherever. And you've noticed over the past few years, especially during these the COVID times and the issues that U.S. Postal Service and other shipping companies are having with staffing problems. They're having staffing shortages, lack of personnel. They don't have enough people to do the jobs they used to do. And, you ship a product out and nothing happens or nothing is showing on the tracking, for several days after you even took it to your post office and dropped it off, in the bin or whatever. I'm going to show you some things here that you will need to know. First thing you need to do is make sure you either hand the package to your postman and he scans it in their system to show that it was picked up, or you take the package to your post office and use the walk-up kiosk called the self-service kiosk and scan it in at that station. Then you can hand it over to the post, the actual drop-off bin. This will show that the package has actually been placed into USPS possession. And that is the main issue going on, to show your customer that you have indeed dropped this package off to the post office. Otherwise, sometimes it might not show any movement for 3 to 5 days, sometimes even up to 2 weeks. No movement of the package. And you're trying to explain to your customer, man, I already dropped this off to the post office, several days ago. I can't help the fact that they're not moving the package quick enough. It's because of staffing shortages. I'm going to show you the difference here. Let's say we drop the package off. I'm just showing you a few things that I have on our eBay store. Here's the tracking number. I'm just going to click on it here. I'm going to show you a couple things. All right. Notice the stages here. When we printed the shipping label and it gets actually registered into USPS's system, that'll be these steps right here. But this step right here, USPS in possession of item, that is when we actually took the package to our post office and scanned it in at the self-service kiosk. This one right here. And this is what your customer needs to be aware of. Now, of course, beyond that, it obviously shows movement. It's moving on through the delivery system through U.S. Postal Service. And when it finally shows up at their door, it'll show delivered and that sort of thing. But let's move on down to some others. I know this may be boring to some of you, but for some people, you may be really frustrated with the Postal Service that, that things just aren't moving quickly enough. Or they show absolutely no movement of the package whatsoever. Same thing here. And when you live near a big city, like I live near Atlanta, Georgia, one of the busiest shipping hubs in the United States. And packages sometimes take forever if I drop them off at my local post office in Marietta, Georgia. But we skip over that and take them straight to the main USPS hub in Atlanta, Georgia, now near the airport. Okay, same issues here. All this is what you want your customer to see, that there is movement of the package. And, sometimes 1 out of 100 might still show a problem, nothing going on, that sort of thing, okay? Like this one still looks normal, everything good, processed through USPS facility, departed regional facilities, so it's actually moving out of the city of Atlanta. Let me see if I can get down a little bit further. Of course, a great thing about eBay is it shows if an item has been delivered. Now, even when that's the case, you would say, hey, this is great. Package is already moved all the way to the customer, delivered into their mailbox. All is well, right? Sometimes not. Sometimes, even if it shows delivered, quite honestly, that is sometimes U.S. Postal Service scanning the package as quote-unquote delivered, but they have not even dropped it off yet until the following day. I have had this happen to me numerous times in the 20 years we have been selling on eBay and Amazon. You can believe it if you want, but there is quite often a time when the package shows as out for delivery and even delivered in the mailbox of the customer. Customer writes you that day and say, man, it may show as delivered, but it is not in my mailbox. And nobody stole it either. We end up, having to convince the customer to wait an additional day, and the package then magically shows up in their mailbox the following day or day after. Believe it or not, it is ridiculous, but it happens quite often. So, the main thing, though, is the steps that the seller needs to take, and it needs to show this all in the tracking, or actually, USPS offers delivery confirmation. I would not call this live tracking like with UPS or FedEx or DHL. Those services, which cost far more, offer more live tracking service. So there is a difference here. I know U.S. Postal Service calls this tracking. Honestly, it is not live tracking. It is not accurate tracking. And you're just going to have to take that, as gospel, because we've seen it so many times over the years. Anyway, just notice all this stuff going on down on this particular shipment. But when it shows USPS in possession of item, that is when we have actually taken it to the kiosk, had it scanned in right there, then we drop it in. And sometimes, notice here, this was on June 22nd, 9 p.m. Yeah, we actually went to that post office at 9 p.m. Nothing moved for another full day. Or this is 2:45 a.m. Actually, this is the following day, so this looks pretty normal. So it looks good. Just a lot of steps, and even sometimes the package does not get scanned like this one. Notice it gets scanned everywhere along the way, and this is a very good delivery on a Postal Service's standpoint. Where others, man, you might not see anything happen with a package. You're like, what the heck? I had this thing, in their possession for several days, and nothing happens, nothing going on. We get lucky more often than not, but there may be 2% of the time where a package just has no movement at all. And you have to explain this to your customer. And, what are you supposed to say, And quite often the customer doesn't believe you. They think that U.S. Postal Service is Lord of all shipping, and they make no mistakes and never do anything wrong. And I'm like, whatever, dude. They will lie to you. The Postal Service will lie to you. If you call them on the phone, good luck with that. If you try to get actual phone call and talk to a human being, try doing that in 2022, and you'll be surprised at the lack of customer service you will get with the Postal Service. Or if you walk up to your local post office and say, hey man, I got the tracking number, I'm not showing any movement out of this package, where is it? Or it shows it's delivered and I don't have it. Where is this package? They will make up every story. Oh, I don't know, maybe your neighbor stole it. I don't know, we need to talk to your postman, blah, blah, blah. And shoot, they will lie to you. And the customer comes back at you, the seller, raising hell, asking, where is my package? So, sometimes there's nothing you can do about it. But as long as this shows USPS in possession of item, As long as it shows that part right there, which means you either physically handed it to your postman and he scanned it in, or you took it to your post office and scanned it in yourself at the self-service kiosk. As long as it shows this, you're pretty safe, as far as being held responsible for it arriving late or getting lost in transit or that sort of thing. I know this is redundant for some of you, and some of you don't believe it even, but as long as that shows on your delivery status, you're probably good to go. And the same will account for eBay Incorporated. Like if they're trying to give a refund to the customer because the package all of a sudden is just showing no movement or is missing, or the customer claims they did not receive it. If you have this to go on, more often than not, eBay might give them a refund, but they won't take it from your account. eBay will actually pay them the refund themselves. I've seen this happen numerous times also over the years. Okay, anyway, that's it. When you go to your local post office, look for that self-service kiosk. It's a little machine that you just have to press a few buttons and press scan the item. I actually have another video on how to use the machine. And then, you might want to hand it over to the actual USPS bin, for outgoing mail. But just make sure that it gets scanned in at the post office. And I cannot repeat that enough to you. Anyway, check out other videos. We got all kinds of cool stuff on our channel. We're always adding new things to it. We actually, we've been an eBay and Amazon seller for almost 20 years. Look up Horsepower House online. You can Google it. Facebook also. We sell motorcycle-related parts and tools and accessories and that sort of thing. Here's our main eBay page. Flywheel pullers, fork boots, shock boots, specialty tools, all kinds of stuff. If you work on motorcycles, ATVs, side-by-sides, UTVs, things like that, we have tools that you can use, as well as fork gaiters for mostly older motorcycles and dual sport bikes and mini bikes and Harley Davidsons, things like that. So have a look through our channel and you might find some stuff that you might like, as well as the videos we do, on how to fix things and stuff like that. Anyway, my name is Biker Dave, and hope this helps some of you out, and you'll have a great day. We shall see you all later.